disclosure. Sober disclosure. Breezy's a slut.
And he likes it in the butt.
Are you or someone you know looking for support in recovery? Taste Recovery is your go-to directory for sober resources. Whether you're searching for treatment centers or sober living communities, Taste Recovery connects you with the right tools and support to help you on your journey. With a user-friendly platform and a comprehensive list of resources, Taste Recovery makes finding the help you need easier than ever. Start building your path to a healthier, sober life today. Visit tasterecovery.com to find the resources that work for you. Taste Recovery, your first step to a lasting positive change. Hi, everyone. I'm Breezy.
And I'm Jimmy.
And we are
Sober.
Disclosure.
We have a crackhead from LA, a circuit speaker.
Not the circuit speaker.
I don't know what's worse, the title or the laughter after.
A circuit speaker crackhead that sells lamps on Amazon.
Oh my god.
You got us both.
Oh.
Cheers to that.
Clink. Oh.
For everyone watching, we apologize in advance. I am unwell today. Jimmy laughs like that because it's true. Today, every day,
Just
but especially today.
And I have a hard time like introducing Richie.
Yeah. Well, there's just so much you could talk shit about.
That's so true.
Wow.
Welcome.
He's a gay baiter.
Oh.
Wow.
We have a crackhead gay baiter circuit speaker with us today. Do you know what that is?
No.
It means
You don't
you're
know what
like
a
play
gay
with
baiter
gay
is?
guys and they're like, oh my god, he likes me, but you're like, oh, I'm not gay.
I play with gay guys? Oh no, we lost a mic and it's all out. Oh no. Oh. Yes, we are recording. Yes. Okay, so
oh my god, Breezy looks like
that is
you put it on my leg.
Oh my god.
Your spit.
Oh wow.
That's MLB babies.
Oh, the top of your lip is still really hard.
I just caught that.
Oh, it's gonna be a day.
Oh my god, I'm crying. Oh.
I am too, my right one.
Circuit speaker gay baiter. So go on with this play with gay guys part.
Not play physically. No,
I would know. I think.
Anyways,
Okay.
No, you don't play with gay men.
You don't. It was a joke.
You just like play like ha ha ha, like you're so comfortable in your
In
sexuality, and you make everyone feel really comfortable around
and you
you.
took two gay guys to a late night dinner at Denny's.
I took.
Which
Okay, time out. Let's touch on that. First of all, a big group of us went to Magic Mountain. Afterwards, we all said, let's go eat. And then only 3 people were willing. Happened to be 2 gay guys and myself. And that was it. And then I took you to 2 gay guys to dinner. I am by no means a gay baiter, if that's what that is. All right.
We were
Anyways.
joking. Okay, let's be serious.
Okay.
So apparently we can't joke with Richie. Whoa.
No, I was just like, that's unfair. I don't want to be known as a gay baiter. That's
everyone
not cool.
knows we're joking.
JKing.
Oh, so do I.
Or JK.
Um.
Anyways, Richie, tell us, how much time sober do you have? Because that's what this podcast is about.
Well, let's see. June 21st, 01 is my sobriety date, and I just celebrated 24 years.
Oh my God, that's a long time.
You fucking crackhead.
Yay me.
Yeah, you. I'm so proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
That's really hard to do because life is really stupid and hard. Mhm.
Yeah.
And then to literally have to walk through it sober is crazy. Anyways. Was that your first time getting sober?
It was not.
How many times sober did you get sober before sober?
Oh, times and before and sober? I don't know. I don't know how many. A lot. It was a period of 3 years.
Did you ever get any time sober?
The most time I've had before this 24 years was 45 days.
Really?
And that was tooth and nail. And I didn't take the suggestions of others. Yeah, that was the most time I ever got.
And you went out exactly on day 45, or on day 46 you were like, I got my 45 days and I'm out? Do you remember?
No, 45 days. I just remember
Yeah.
that was my, like, I happened
You were like,
to get
oh
that.
my God, I got 45 days, I'm cured?
No, I couldn't hang anymore. And it
Oh.
just happened to be on day
You
45.
just knew.
Oh, I wigged out.
Yeah.
I was with a group of people, and it kind of dawned on me, and I looked at my friend and said, I'm out. And he's like, what? I was like, I'm out. And it was the first time I'd actually told someone that I was going to relapse. Every other time I was pretty quiet about it. So there was this weird thing that was going on where I think I wanted help, and I really did not want to relapse, and I wanted a reason to stay sober. But
That time.
And the odd thing was, I walked outside, a small group from the bigger group came out to kind of talk to me and see if they could persuade me to stay. And it was a really interesting group of people that I respected and loved. And one of the individuals called me out and said, dude, you're just looking for us to validate you and tell you that you're amazing and that you're worth sticking with it. And you know what, dude, you are. But the sad part is you're not going to hear it unless you hear it. And that's going to come from inside and none of us. And more than likely, you're just going to do what you're going to do anyway. But just know that we're here. And I cut through everything. And I sat there and went, I was so angry that it was so accurate that I bailed.
Yeah.
I just left.
Yeah.
I got in my car.
It was too real.
It was very real. I called up Hector, and Hector wasn't available. So I remember I had a Miller High Life. I downed it.
And you bought a Choi Boy.
Chore Boy.
Choi Boy.
I actually know.
Which is a Brillo dish scrubber for crack.
Well, no. It's for cleaning dishes.
Yeah.
But you can, it's not for crack, but crackheads will use them. What's
Jimmy-
funny, these days you can just vape anything.
Jimmy goes, yeah.
Yeah. Obviously,
Yeah.
Jimmy was obviously a big crackhead.
I tried it once in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
I didn't like it. It was a waste of time.
It was probably just a small piece of cheese. You smoked cheese. Let's be real.
Dude,
Such a
I needed to
dad
hit
joke.
every 10, 15. I was like, this is a waste of time. I can't do this. I couldn't do it.
It does take like
It felt
5 seconds.
It felt good.
Yes.
It felt good, but I cannot, like, I can't hold a pipe, get fucked, and then put it down every 10 minutes and do all that. I can't do it. I just need one hit for 3 hours.
Oh wow. No, I need drugs a lot. Of
Yeah.
drugs.
Yeah.
Different strokes for different folks.
So how long did you stay out after that?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Long time?
I don't know. I really don't know.
No concept of time.
Zero.
Wow.
I have no concept.
You went out after 45 days and have reappeared
at
one
some
day.
point. But then when I reappeared, I would get
day?
like 5 days or 7 days or 1 day or half a day. So I'd get small lengths. It wasn't just like that's the only time I had.
Like you went back into the rooms, 12-step rooms,
sometimes.
and then you would just leave.
Yes.
Okay.
And sometimes I would try and do it on my own. I wanted to prove to myself that I didn't need anybody else. I felt like 12 steps. I felt like religion. I felt like all these other things that people were talking about, whatever the latest craze was, whatever diets, whatever. I just was like, this is dumb. I felt if I could describe it, it was probably like Holden Caulfield from Catcher in the Rye. I felt like the world was phony and that I was the only one that got it. Everyone else were idiots. And so I would show you. And the reality was I kept plummeting and I wasn't showing anyone. And so the joke was on me.
I never read that book.
So what happened day one of 24 years ago?
Do you remember that?
I do. I woke up on a couch.
Was it a gay couch?
It was not a gay couch. It was the older sister of an ex-girlfriend.
Oh, not yet.
Not yet.
That's one of the yets. But I woke up on the couch of the older sister of an ex-girlfriend, just friends. We had partied the night before. I'd done it, I don't know how many times, and I caught a bunch of buses to my apartment. And there was an eviction notice, which I think had already been there for a little while, and I knew about it. I just kind of left it up, like, 'cause I don't care. I didn't know what to do. I remember thinking it was pointless. I had been, I don't know. I tried some things that I had tried before, and for whatever reason, this time it stuck.
What did you try?
I tried 12 steps.
So then did you have the same sponsor you had, or you got a completely different sponsor?
What do you mean?
Like the times you were trying to get sober before the 45 days, you didn't have a sponsor.
Oh,
Or you
no.
did?
No.
No. So this time you got sober, you were on the couch, you said you're going to do this thing, and then you got a sponsor? Or not yet?
No. It took me 3 days to actually start to really do something. So I stayed 3 days sober on my own.
Okay.
I had
White knuckling it.
Kind of, yeah.
Which you'd done many times before. So
That's
that
kind
was
of
like
3 days is easy.
yeah.
Yeah, especially when you bottom out and
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
burnt. I went too far. How many different times? Here we are again. So what I decided to do was, when the going gets rough and I know I'm getting evicted, what does every tough gangster do? Call mom. So I called mom. She took me in. She took me in for another few days, and then at the end of that 3 days, she kicked me out. And I told her I had nowhere to go, and I worked every angle I could, and just waterworks, the whole bit. Don't you love me? And she said, how did she say it? She said, if I have to push you out and, grease the steps for you to fall, and I just hope you hit hard enough that you bounce back up.
Wow.
She said it was the toughest day of her life. She didn't know. She thought more than likely there was great potential that I could die, and that I would kill myself. And I was at a loss. And on some levels, I was ready to throw it all away. And on some levels, I'm a dainty little flower, kind of a gay baiter. And I like hot showers and comfy beds and the nice things in life. So it was like a weird spot for me to be. And I was ready to, like I said, throw it all away. I felt like I had been abandoned by everybody. I had nothing going for me. I had a world of debt. I had really ill health. I had this weird hunch, like I hadn't eaten right in so long.
Not like a hunchback.
Not like Notre Dame.
Like
not
a intuition.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he's like this.
No,
Going down the
From
street.
doing all the drugs.
Imagine you have like an inner rubber band, and mine was just a little tight.
Like
And people are like, "Is he cool? Like, you don't seem all right." And so, yeah, that was kind of the beginning.
So you were sober on your mom's couch and she kicked you out.
Yeah, I had remained sober.
Why did she kick you out?
This wasn't the first time.
Okay.
So
but
I
It's
had
like
still
boy
sober.
cries wolf.
Well, not just that, but like she helps me get well,
Mhm.
and then I go
Oh.
back out.
Mm.
It's like, oh, now I'm fattened up, ready to
Mhm.
party again,
Mhm.
and
Is she in a 12-step program?
she is not.
Okay, so
She
she
is
just
now.
came up on her own. Like, I'm done.
Yeah, probably. She probably did some research in
Okay.
that, but yeah, I think she was pretty done. She had
was
seen
done
it too many
too.
times. Yeah, she had seen it too many times where I would stay, I'd get well, fed, sleep, and then I was out and running again. And so, yeah, she had to try something different. She felt like she was killing me.
Yeah.
And in reality, she saved you.
Yeah,
Kind of.
Helped.
yeah.
Do you use that experience when you are talking to parents?
Sometimes. The tough part about talking to loved ones, those that deal with us, is there's no clear-cut equation that works.
Mm-hmm.
And so I get fearful that I'm going to tell you my experience.
Mm-hmm.
And although it worked for me and in my situation with my family, there's no guarantee that that's what will happen with yours.
Yeah.
Sometimes that person is willing to take it further than I did. Sometimes
They do die.
They do die.
Yeah.
There's a lot that happens. And so I feel like a lot rests on my shoulder when giving advice. Having been sober for 24 years now, having worked in the field of recovery for 23, I feel like I have a certain amount of expertise, over lots of hours worked in this field. The reality is there's no equation. There's no guarantee that anything that we do is going to work. And that's such a weird thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a big weight.
Yeah. It's a lot of power that I don't want. It's very scary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I'm just curious because a lot of people I hear that often where it's like, oh, well, that's what worked for me. So, and people who work in the treatment industry and they tell parents that all the time, like, oh, well, my parents just cut me off and then I got sober. And it's like, yeah, but
There's a
you're
lot of other
giving some
factors.
false hope in there,
There's a lot of other factors.
Yeah, absolutely.
Experience is important, but it's also important to note that my experience is just that. It's just my experience.
Mm-hmm.
You might try what worked for me and it might not work for you.
Right.
Zero judgment.
Yeah.
Disclaimer, little asterisks.
Yeah. Big disclaimer.
Mm-hmm.
So your mother kicks you out and you end up on the street?
Yep. And then I went to some friends, and then someone took me in and said that I could sleep on their couch for 2 weeks.
Gay couch?
Not yet. I don't know. Not yet. And then I don't know. And what's funny is here's the deal.
I'm talking about your friend, the one that took you in and you slept on his couch. Leslie.
Oh, not yet.
Not yet. That's why I
So
keep saying that.
this one was it was supposed to be a spare room, and it was actually it was a cot in a hallway
Oh shit.
covered in cat hair,
Ugh.
super
I would-
allergic to cats.
Oh my god.
And
Yeah, I would throw up.
but I had nowhere to go. So I'm like, okay. And I would wake
Floor.
up every day stuffed up.
Mm-mm.
I didn't even think to sleep on the floor. That would have been genius.
Mhm.
And this guy was a tennis instructor. He was out at 6 a.m. every day. He was up at 5, out at 6, which meant regardless of what time I was up and out at 6. And then he would meet me at a meeting that night. And so all day I'd just like walk the streets. Like I'd pass out in the park. Like I was detoxing. I stayed with him for 2 weeks, as he mentioned. He talked to another friend who then said that they would take me in. They had a spare room, which I was wary of the whole spare room thing now because that's what this guy said, and it was a cot in a hallway. But I had recognized this guy because he was famous,
Yeah.
and he took me in for a month and a half in a spare room, and
So it was a gay room.
it was a gay room. It was a gay room. And I remember thinking, it was funny, I was 95 pounds at the time. I was strung out.
So you were a little twink.
Oh, boy. I don't know if I was much of anything.
He was ready for you.
What's like not a bright twink? What's like a sad twink? Something like that.
Twinkie.
Something. I don't
A
know.
sad twink would be like
We got to come up with that word. We got
Me.
to think about that.
Breezy's a sad twink.
Oh, what? Oh, what? What?
Breezy.
He said we need to come up with something, and I said me.
Oh, man.
I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
Anyways.
Yeah. So so slept there. Actually, what's interesting is the first morning I woke up, he was gone. I remember thinking, because I was all sucked up and emaciated and unwell, and I only had 2 weeks sober, and I thought, this guy, and I looked at the house, there was like a lot of electronics and things, and I was thinking, I could rob this place. And then
I thought you were going to say there's going to be a lot of florals.
no, which probably there was.
Electronics.
I was so oblivious, but I remember thinking, this guy wants me. Like, I got to keep eyes open because I knew he was gay. And of course, because he's gay, he must want me. And, the ego of the newcomer. And I remember like tripping. I wake up the next day, he's gone, like gone. And there's a note on the counter that just says, hey, Richie, help yourself to some cereal or Pop-Tarts. I went to take the dogs to the dog park. I'll come back around 11 and then we can go out. And I was floored. And he just signed it, Leslie. And I went, wait, what? Like, this guy doesn't even know me. And he trusts me with his place. And the fact that I was just so blown away. So instead of robbing him, I just grabbed a Pop-Tart and then just kicked it, and he came back at 11, and we went. Like, this is
That's
crazy.
cute.
It was really cool.
And he was in like a very big house, I'm assuming.
It was a nice house. I wouldn't say it was a huge house. No.
He's famous.
He's a comedian.
Yeah.
Comedian, actor, comedic actor.
Yeah.
It was great. And it was really sweet. We came into contact some years later, and I was telling him the story, and I said, you know, you took me in for a month and a half, and he goes, oh my God, I did. And he's got this thick Southern accent. Or he's no longer with us.
He's like one of many.
Yeah, I bet.
He's sadly no longer with us.
I know, that was sad.
That was really sad.
Yeah.
But he said, and I told him, I said, you know, you took me in for a month and a half, and this, and he goes, oh my God, I did. And I said, yeah. And he goes, did I try and have sex with you? And I said, not even once.
Literally, he sounds just like him.
Like him. I know.
And I said, not even once. And he goes, oh my God, I'm so proud of myself. I was cracking up. But I kept that little envelope.
Gay baiter.
Gay baiter. I didn't bait anything.
I know.
was
I'm just.
strung out.
It's a joke.
I know. I'm a gay
I'm
baiter.
just strung out.
You're strung out. Okay, so you kept the envelope.
The one that he signed that morning.
Aww.
That's what was propped up on the counter, was an envelope that he had said.
You still have it?
I still have it.
Oh, nice.
It's actually on my Instagram.
Wow.
If you look at like through it, there's like one, because after he passed away, I was like, I think I still have that somewhere, and because he meant so much to me, and we kept in contact a few times throughout the years, and it was such like a tragic death, you know, just one of those things that out of nowhere, and such a light for the world. And I remember looking for that, and I found it, and then so I just posted like a little picture, and had it not been for him, I don't know if I'd still be here.
Yeah.
Because that was like a spiritual experience.
Yeah.
You're like,
In a lot of ways.
He had me stay here, and he trusted me.
Yeah.
And so then instead of stealing something, you had a Pop-Tart and waited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need a Pop-Tart and wait.
Yeah, I was thinking that like at the end of so many people's stories, like not even our family want us there, but yet strangers who do not know us give us all of the faith in the world.
Complete strangers. Yeah, it's pretty nutty.
Have you given that gift to somebody else in sobriety?
More times than I care to admit.
Yeah? Lots of couch surfers?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Throughout the years.
Do you write the same notes?
I do not.
You're like, I
not.
trust you, have a Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
Yeah. They wake up, there's just one next to them, I'm gone.
Yeah.
Or there's cameras.
Jimmy's got a one-track mind. Okay.
I always think about sex. I don't know why.
I'm a gay baiter, so I get it. If anyone should get it, it would be the gay baiter. So
It's so true, though. You really do.
I don't know why.
I
Weird.
don't know.
Okay.
I'm just thinking about killing people, so.
I don't know if I should be here.
Yeah, he wants to have sex with you. I want to kill you.
What? We can't publish this.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Okay, so after the gay couch,
he was trying to pull
Leslie,
me.
your spiritual awakening, what did you do after that month?
Moved in with mom.
Oh, she let you back in.
She did after
Oh,
some
that's
time.
nice.
You probably have, what, 2 months at this point?
It was right around 90 days. So maybe
Oh.
or maybe 60 days. But yeah, I asked mom. She had known at this point because I had come to her house to. I was baking cakes for some friends, and so I wasn't baking
Gay.
them. No, but I was asked to bring cakes, right? And I didn't have any money for cakes, so I called up mom again. Any tough gangster calls mom, and I said, "Hey, listen, I don't want any money, but I need to bring this cake, and can you help me out?" And she said, "You can come over at this time. I'll help you bake a cake." So for the first couple weeks, I baked cakes, and then until I got a job, and then
You could afford the cake.
and then I could have faked the cake. Yeah.
Fake it.
The
I bet baking the cake, that was way more fun.
I didn't know it at the time because I was more embarrassed.
Mm.
I felt poor. I felt like the kid that's brown bagging it when everyone else has, cafeteria lunch.
Mm.
I felt less than. So it was hard to see in the moment. Looking back, it was one of those truly humble moments because I just said that I would help, and then I did the thing that needed to get done in order to help. Not, I wonder how this is going to be perceived or any of that. It was just a genuine moment. That was really cool. Looking back, it's very special.
Yeah, and it's something that you got to do with your mom, which then she could see that you were actually doing something different this time.
That's what it really was, and I
The
think that's
light
what
in your eye.
That's it. And then she learned that I was capable of moving back in and being trustworthy. I was really doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lights were on.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah, special.
Precious. So that was your 60 days.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Okay, so when did little Richie come out to play?
Not the one downstairs.
Oh my. Breezy is on a good one. I can't wait to watch this years from now and know the backstory of what was happening this day.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
never forget.
That's going to be fun.
Hashtag never forget.
Hashtag never
Hashtag Google
forget.
Images.
Hashtag lamps. Hashtag little Richie coming out to play.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding. I wasn't talking about your
I know.
Oh, okay. Like 24-year-old years ago, little Richie.
Yeah. I don't. What's the question? I don't. I mean, I know
There
you're
was
not
no
talking about
question.
my-
When did you come out to play?
Right. But like, what does that even mean?
Let me re-ask it.
I'm so sorry.
Breezy's crazy right now.
Oh no, I know very well, and it's not just right now.
Hey.
Hey.
Damn.
Anyways, okay. So in your first year of sobriety, Richard.
Oh wow.
Suggestion and what you didn't do.
Yeah.
What?
Were you getting certain suggestions from people, even your mom, like friends,
Loved ones.
yeah, people that have already been through the sobriety journey? And did you take their suggestions seriously, or were you like on a sick one, like I'm young, I'm free for the first time in my life, and I just want to do what I want to do?
my way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your thought process like in that first year?
I was very angry. If I'm honest, I didn't think so in the time, but looking back, I was very angry. I felt like I had when you're young but you think you're old.
Oh,
I was 21 when I got sober, so
Yeah.
I thought I was an adult. I created this life. You don't know me. I was a manager of a coffee bean, and
Oh,
I had a car
I
and
love coffee
had my
beans.
own place and was doing my thing. And so all of a sudden that was all gone. And you know what? This is bogus. And so there was a lot of anger and resentment towards the world around me. And so even living with mom, I felt angry at her for even like wanting me to contribute. I remember she said, I want you to participate in this family. And I remember thinking, I live here. I do. Like, what? Like, I'm not smoking crack. I'm not doing drugs. I'm not drinking. And now you want me to do chores? Like, I'm 21 years old. I'm sharing a bunk bed with my 9-year-old brother. And now I'm supposed to contribute to this family? Like, what do you want from me? And just to hear that now, it's almost embarrassing at like what I had done to my own life. And the fact that my loved ones still took me in, still made sure I didn't pay rent. I wasn't buying any of the food. It was all taken care of. And here I was like, where's mine? And just, it's embarrassing to look back on. So I was angry. But as far as taking the suggestions, right? I love to think I'm smarter than the average bear. And I like to pick and choose what I believe applies to me. And that typically backfires on me because I can't always say that I know what's best for me. And so I'll pick and choose, and then I get the results of that. You get a recipe to bake cookies, and it says, do these ingredients, this way, you get this for this amount of time. Okay, cool. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't think I need baking soda or like whatever these other things are.
And then it's
like,
nasty.
yeah, and then I'm like, oh, do I really need it to put it in the oven for 25 minutes? Like I want them in 10. And so, and all of a sudden I don't have cookies, I have junk. And I'm wondering why I continue to relapse when people are giving me a basic equation and I don't want to follow it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so did I take the suggestions? Enough to still be here, yes.
Yeah.
As far as every single one, no. Sometimes people mention like, you know, don't get into a relationship early on because you could get distracted. You know what? Like I thought I knew better at 5 months. Hence why I have a tattoo on my wrist. You know, like
Oh my God, what does it say?
it doesn't say anything. It's a little heart on my sleeve.
Oh,
But she had one too, and when we held hands, they lined up. Oh,
stop it right now!
Oh my gosh, yes, and it gets worse. She's no longer with us.
Oh,
Yeah, she took her life.
yeah.
You know, it's
In your first year?
no
Later on.
Later on, in my first year was interesting. We had a relationship. A couple months later, we got tattoos, and then something tragic happened in her life while we were together, and she was with her mother, and then all these things happened. I was at Starbucks, my first job in sobriety, and I got a page. I got a page from her. I just knew I didn't know the number, but I knew the code because for the pager people, do the thing dash star and then whatever your code was. Hers was 22, and so I called it, and the first words out of her mouth, she's crying, and she said, "I'm sorry," and I was super confused, and she was at a hospital. Anyway, and then she got sent away. And then we didn't have contact. She started dating a friend of mine after going to a conference with some friends that she didn't even know. And now they're dating. And I'm like, oh.
When she's sober? And she got sober?
She got sober.
Yeah.
And it was the weirdest thing. And then they came to LA. She was living in the Bay. So weird. I don't even know how this is coming up. But
It's supposed to be.
and then we all were at this like coffee shop in Hollywood that used to be there, Top Fuel. And I'm just sitting there so weirded out. So was she. I didn't know this. She didn't show it. And then they broke up days later. She couldn't hang. She called it off. And then her and I started dating.
Oh, damn. Homie,
Again.
hoppa.
Well, there was something special between us, and it got basically severed, you know, kind of abruptly.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I think seeing me really threw things off, and she had a foundation in recovery. She was living in the Bay. And we started dating, but it just wasn't meant to be at that point. I think I cheated on someone to be with her. Like, it was all bad. It was all bad. And I didn't know it because we had this like, you know.
Undeniable connection.
Yeah. Looking back, in the moment, I could tell you stories and just how crazy it was. I mean, it was just, whoa, you two are meant to be together. And looking back, you know, it's like, if that's the case, then why are we not together? We weren't supposed to be together.
Interesting.
Yes.
Maybe
Very.
you were,
Where is she?
though. She's dead.
There you go.
Yeah.
Not meant to be together. This got real morbid. I swear I have a more empathetic heart than this moment. Are we
Not
we're
around
not airing
me.
this. We're not even airing this whole thing, are we?
Yes, we are.
Jimmy knows what I'm talking about. This has been wild. I
What?
know. What am
What?
I even talking about?
No, that was great.
Oh my
No,
gosh,
this
I
is
know.
what we like.
Yes.
Yeah,
love it.
the more fucked up, the better.
But we want to talk about that, and then because you're still sober through everything, and how did you go into, you know, your sobriety, walking through all that stuff? Like you talk to, you know, other people, your friends, you know, how did you walk through that?
Yeah. You know what's interesting? I was taught something early on that I'm learning to actually apply now. And because I forgot about it. If I put my personal routine and my personal program first, then I'm good. So as long as I hit my check marks, I can go do whatever it is I want to do. And sometimes they're not like the greatest things as far as health and that. We always talk about hitting the gym or...
Yeah.
Sorry, I had an itch.
I'm just messing. I thought you were doing like a little
Oh,
code.
no. We do have a code, but that's not it.
Oh, okay. Banana split.
Wait, this is very interesting. Keep going.
So I try to do that thing first. So make that phone call to a trusted recovered friend,
Mhm.
right? Check in with them first. If I need to read some sort of literature, do some sort of writing, do that first. And then I can go do that thing, whatever it may be. And sometimes it's like going on a date or calling that person I'm interested in, whatever that may be. A lot of the times I have them switched and I do what I want to do first. And then I'm like, that thing stays on the back burner, the things that really feed my soul. And I end up, my lights get dimmer and dimmer. And so what I'm doing currently, and something that I forgot about, is actually putting my personal routine first, at which point then the rest of it can show up.
Then you can make a conscious decision, in a sense, because
because
you did what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And still chose to do it.
Ultimately,
right or wrong, that would come later.
That's just
we
it.
literally were talking about this at my house today. We were. I was like, as long as you understand that, like, you're gonna have a consequence, then who cares? Like, if you're willing to go through it and have the consequence, but at least like you really think about it first, and you're not self-aware.
Yeah.
Because I honestly think that is my personal hell, is that I am too self-aware.
I relate.
Yeah, it gets hard. So you end up back with your mom. Did you stay with your mom your entire year?
No.
When did you move out?
I don't remember.
Well, what'd you do after?
I moved.
And by yourself?
Yeah.
Not with a girlfriend.
Oh, wait.
I knew it.
No. I didn't move in with a girlfriend.
Boring.
I got a roommate. A guy who was sober. I think that was the first place I moved. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And I had my job. I was moving up in my job. I got promoted into management at Starbucks, which was cool. Like within like a 6-month period.
You left Coffee Bean for Starbucks?
Coffee Bean was when I was loaded. So I only worked at Coffee Bean. It was a very short period of time. I got that first paycheck and was like,
drugs.
Hector, let me sign this off to you. Yeah, so that was not meant to be. But I used that experience and went over to Starbucks and made it into management, like I said, within 6 months. Went through the training program, all that. Started to really kind of beyond just like, my career ladder, like that's not what I was learning. I was learning some basics about showing up on time, working amongst a team, certain managerial, aspects, a lot, saving, having stock options, things like that. I was like, oh, okay. And I was a feral animal, long after Starbucks, but certain seeds were being planted on adulthood and maturity and that sort of thing. So it was cool.
I love that you brought that up. I worked at Starbucks in my addiction.
Ooh.
And I would like show up. I had like the 3 a.m. shift. And so I would show up, like, obviously I'm not going to sleep because why am I sleeping if I have to get there at 3 a.m.? You think I'm crazy today? But I remember like getting a get well job, and all of a sudden my manager is like telling me that I'm doing a really good job and that they promoted me to assistant manager within like 2 months, and I could not believe that someone trusted me.
Yeah.
That I like it. Yeah, you're totally bringing me back to that moment for myself of just like, we do show up so broken and unhinged and we don't know anything.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, all these people around us are teaching us how to be a productive member of society. Did you tell Starbucks that you were in recovery?
I did. Initially, what's funny is the reason I told them was because I felt like my recovery had to come first. So I told them so that they could map out their scheduling and what they needed from me around my needs.
Yeah, totally. Of course.
And then I remember telling that to a trusted friend, and they said, that's not how that works. You're going to be a worker among workers, and you're going to work around that schedule and make sure that your recovery fits around that. And I went, what?
That's not what I want to do.
I'm like, that ain't it. I don't. And I also was sort of, weaponizing it, my recovery, so that I could get this perfect schedule where it's like, well, I can't work weekends,
Mhm.
really got to get meetings on weekends,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was just doing that today with a sponsee.
Really?
I said, you're getting a job and it has to be a part-time job. And he was like, oh, can I work Sundays? I said, yeah. Can I work Monday? I said, yeah. I said, just put you can work anytime. And then in the interview, then say, I can come in at 7 a.m. They were not willing to work.
Yeah.
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 And I said, fill it out now
But it does
in front of me.
Yeah, it really does
Yeah.
teach you so much. I chose not to say that I was in recovery. But I think that they could tell. And
Typically.
there was this old lady who worked at my Get Well job. It was retail. And she said something, and she was like such a miserable woman. I absolutely hated her. And I always was like, I just want her to quit or get fired. And she ended up saying something one night, and she's like, oh yeah, like I'm a friend of Bill W. and I have to go. I have to leave. Can you like close for me? And I was like, shut up.
Breezy's like, she's like, just like me.
I was like, no wonder I hate you. I literally see myself in you.
I'm you.
Yeah.
You're me.
Yeah. And then I all of a sudden had like all this empathy for her, and it was so cool.
You guys moved in together?
Yeah.
That's what's
We
up.
like started scissoring too.
Oh, love that. Hi-ya.
When Breezy says a lesbian joke, I'm like, I think she's serious. Because then she goes, uh-huh, uh-huh.
She ain't got it.
She ain't here.
She ain't got it.
So were there other moments like that in your first year of like building your self-esteem back
Oh, probably a ton.
and tearing it down?
Yeah, I don't know if I was very aware of them. I took a lot of the suggestions, and therefore I grew a lot. I found certain ways of showing up for life in ways that I never had. In the beginning, so much is new, just living sober.
Yeah.
And it's shocking, and it's overwhelming, and the feelings and the schedule and the responsibility and the accountability, and everyone's looking at me to show up, and I'm sitting there like, I'm not the guy that shows up. And meanwhile, now I'm being the guy that's showing up.
Yeah.
And that amount of pressure is almost a reason that I used to drink and get fucked up.
Yeah.
And so looking back at that, I'm sure there was a lot that I was doing to build my self-esteem. There's a lot I was doing to tear it down. I wanted cash and prizes, amongst, as well as sobriety. I was so lost. Like the raw nerve ending trying to find out. Plus I was 21, like I talked about. So like within 21, 22, just learning who I was in this world was a journey of way more than a year. There was so much. Like I'm 45 with 24 years, and I'm still kind of like, who am I? Like,
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I think a lot of people go through that.
I think it's common. It's just, but I like the idea that I'm always me, but I'm not always one way. And I like the flow of that, allowing myself to be human, to have different experiences, to always be myself within them in various forms. It's always me, but I remember I was talking to my therapist one time, and I said, I don't like that inauthentic part of me. Like, I feel like I'm being inauthentic. And he goes, talk about that. What do you mean? I was like, well, I feel like there's times where like I present as if I'm one way, and that's not true to who I am. And he goes, that's authentic. And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, authenticity is you can't not be you. So authentically, you are always yourself. Even when you feel like you're being inauthentic, that's part of you. That's you. And I went, oh. He's like, so even when you feel like you're being fake or whatever that is, that's all part of you. And so owning that and realizing it, and then learning that maybe the feelings associated to it don't feel so good at times, being able to tune into integrity. What is my integrity? Root word being integer, which is whole. What makes me whole? I like that. That feels good.
Now you don't have to pay for a therapy. I should say now I don't have to pay for therapy because that was good.
I'm sorry. Please stop. 50 minutes is up. I'm just playing.
I have to get paid after 50 minutes.
Oh my god, sad panda. I have a question.
Oh boy.
Yeah. In that first year of your sobriety, I feel like it's very normal to seek outside opinions and, listen to all of the suggestions and all of the things, right?
Mm-hmm.
At what point do you feel like you started going inward and like what you were just talking about, like who am I? What actually feels right for me? Do I need to call 3 people a day to,
Trusting yourself.
yeah, like when did you hit that mark in your recovery? Or maybe you haven't, maybe you still do all of those things, I don't know.
I think it's interesting. I don't think it was like a finish line kind of a point where all of a sudden I was like, oh, I don't need that anymore because I trust myself.
Mm-hmm.
I think I took direction for a while, and I think I kept my head down, to be honest, for about 6 months before I even pulled up and went, whoa,
Mm-hmm.
what's even been happening? Because
Yeah.
I kind of just continued to do those things, and it became somewhat repetitious to the point of like autopilot,
Yeah.
which was great. I loved it, and I'm grateful for it. And then there was a part where I went, oh my gosh, like look at where I'm at. And then there's the introduction of outside things. So I think a lot of people come to the beginning of their recovery, right? And it's a lot of usage to the beginning. The beginning then becomes, what do I do to stay sober? And then the introduction of some things from the past or, new experiences, relationships with family and friends. All of a sudden, those things are taking a certain amount of time out of my life, right? Whereas I was just focusing on recovery. My whole existence was recovery.
Mm-hmm.
How do I stay sober? How do I stay sober? And then it's my job. I'm now, even if I kept my job, which I didn't, but many people still have their job. They're like, well, that's not me, my story. You might not have been so present. Now you're being very present at your 8-hour, 40-hour week job. Okay. So then family comes in and all these different things, dating or whatever, and fun activities and all that. These things naturally pull me away from whatever I'm doing to keep me sober.
Mm-hmm.
So how do I then find that balance? So when you talk about like self-trust in that, it's been a game of push and pull where there's a part of me that learned to trust certain elements about myself and not need to run it past another person. And there's other parts where now at 24 years, 45 years old, I feel like, oh, wow, I got to get back to some of that and actually run that past someone because there's something magical that happens. And it's not that I don't trust myself. It's that I don't need to be isolated and have the answers to everything. I can then check in with a trusted circle, and it doesn't have to be the whole world. I don't have to go onto Instagram to do it. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Not like that. You know what I mean? I don't need to run it past like a group of people. I can have a small core knit, trusted group that I touch base with and say, here's where my head's at.
Yeah.
I think this makes sense. If not, and what's funny is you actually do that really well. Like
Thank
I notice you'll check in and say, here's where my head's at. Here's what I'm going to do. What do you think? And it's like, cool. And my mom would always tell me, make a pros and cons list and then do what you were going to do anyway.
Oof.
At least you have a pros and cons list to look back and say, wow, beforehand, this is where my head was at. This is what I was thinking. I did it. And does it line up? Make a pros and cons list. Do what you're going to do anyway. She's amazing.
I miss her.
I just got back from Ireland visiting mom.
Because
She
you're
moved
sober.
there?
She moved there 2 years
Oh,
ago.
nice.
Yeah.
Because this wire's
Are you
touching my
okay?
nipple. It's
I
just all
know.
up on my nipple.
Tickling you?
Live
all right.
wire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one last final question. Mm-hmm. What is trifold mattressy folder? Did you buy that yet?
Is that a dessert?
Oh wait, did I?
I don't think you did. I told him to buy a trifold mattress for Camp Silverfest. Anyways, what was one? What was one piece of advice that you heard in that first year?
Just one?
that you feel like has impacted your life today and is something that you can give back to our listeners? And that's the trifold. That was 3. Booyah. Wow, I'm really into booyahing today.
So I was listening to someone talk to a group of people, and this guy was super cool. And he was kind of hipstery before hipster, which made it pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Respected him, seemed very smart, seemed very quiet most of the time, but happened to be sharing, and he talked about this thing, and he said, things work out best for people who make the best of how things work out. I remember feeling new in my recovery, questioning everything, knowing that no matter how long I stayed sober, I would never be successful or happy or in love or any of that. I just felt like those things would never be afforded to me, regardless of my recovery or just life. And I remember listening to him say that things work out best for people who make the best of how things work out. And something about that resonated. I went up to him after he spoke and I said, hey, could you tell me that again? And I wrote it down. And I I quoted him for the next probably, I don't know, up until like probably 5 or 6 years ago, because I thought that's who said it. So I quoted who I heard it from.
Oh my God.
Someone corrected me when I said it publicly, and they said, that's actually Abe Lincoln. So then I started saying, oh, it gets better. Then I start telling people, Abe Lincoln said this. Someone finally corrected me and said, that's not Abe Lincoln.
Shut the actual fuck up.
It's John Wooden, the UCLA basketball coach.
Did you chat GPT and make sure that even that's correct?
That's correct. I actually looked that up finally.
Okay.
And
what came first, Abe Lincoln or the coach?
The coach, but Abe Lincoln never said it.
Oh.
That was the problem. It was just a misquote, like the wrong person. Oh my
Was
God.
that your university?
And who came before him? Socrates?
I don't know. Did Abe Lincoln or UCLA come first?
I don't know. UCLA has been around since like 1700.
I don't know. No. What? What came first?
We are all so unwell.
Did he say that before he died on his bed?
That's right. Yes.
Somewhere. That is funny. And what'd you do? You laughing goes, oh my God, I'm sorry, I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh. No, that's really, I love that.
But that's something that I carry
good.
with me today.
I love
and that's
it.
something that I try to impart to other people, because a lot of the times we can't control what happens in our lives. And so it's easy to say, oh, I've been dealt a bad hand, or this is unfair, or whatever. And if I can, turn lemons into lemonade, and not to say just like accept rain, piss as rain, but if I can then just say, oh, okay, how do I make the best of this situation? If I've exhausted all that I can do within my human efforts, kind of Serenity Prayer style, at that point, then acceptance becomes key in my life. And then beyond acceptance, how can I then turn it into an advantage? And I feel like that's the alchemy. That's the gold right there. That's the good stuff. So,
and it's so hard to do.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah,
it's so hard.
Easier said than done sometimes.
Yeah.
But when you have to put it into practice.
Yeah.
Then it becomes not second nature, but it becomes a little bit easier.
Well, it's like a muscle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some things are much easier to accept.
That's true. Yeah, a muscle.
Yeah. Muscle. What'd you call somebody the other day?
What?
A muscle bull.
Oh, gay muscle bull?
Oh, wow.
I don't know. Gay gets thrown around here a lot. Anyways.
We like the word gay.
Yeah.
I'm a gay baiter.
I personally love it. Well, Richard.
Richard? Hold me.
See, I do that laugh all the time. I'm so grateful that you were here with me today on my worst crash out I've had in a long time, and that you were able to
hold her hand and walk through it.
Literally.
Yeah, turn my lemons into lemonade. And I just am very, very grateful for you. So thank you so much. And
thank you.
I love you. And I am Breezy.
And I'm Jimmy.
And we are
Sober Disclosure. This episode is brought to you by Light Salon, Orange County's premier destination for expert hair color. At Light Salon, we specialize in creating stunning custom color transformations that highlight your natural beauty. Owned and operated by passionate, sober stylists, we bring authenticity, creativity, and precision to every client experience. Light Salon.